with.
Well, let's say
My
we even
God.
gave them weapons, Senator, or something,
Yeah.
that we are not to take at face value all of these emerging Russian nationalists in Ukraine, or suddenly say they feel for the home country. What difference would those weapons make with the eventual outcome?
Well, I don't think they could defeat the Russians initially because, but one, it would give them some moral support and something to fight with. Second of all, if Putin went in to some of those areas, he would have urban warfare he would have a guerrilla warfare. The Ukrainians proved in World War II they were great partisans. And he would have a real fight on his hands, depending on where he went, I believe. But can't we say, look, your country has been dismembered already, and now there's the threat of further incursions on the Russians, and the first thing they asked us, was give us some weapons so we can fight with. And for us not to do that, I mean, that sends the strongest signal of encouragement to Vladimir Putin than almost anything we could do. It's disgraceful.
Don't you think it's even more disgraceful for the Europeans to have this sort of hands-off attitude? I mean, they're in the neighborhood, and they need the energy and everything else they get from Russia and the Ukraine region, so they're the ones who should man up.
Well, I mean, that was said all during the Cold War. That's been said throughout the last century. We always want the Europeans to man up, but it's the United States of America that leads. And if we're not going to do anything, how the hell do you expect the Europeans to do something on their own? We're not doing anything, so why should they? The United States has got to lead. This president is not leading. We now have 150,000 killed in Syria, 1 million refugees in Lebanon. Meanwhile, we are debating what kind of help to give the Free Syrian Army, which has been basically abandoned. Meanwhile, the Russian arms supplies dramatically increase.